Very exciting. Obviously the real simple things that we should do in preparation is make sure all our bags have got the bag tags on prior to arriving, and so that you've got your luggage well labelled prior to arriving at the airport. What we will do though is that we will all be, what I'll do is I'll hand you out the program, because I can talk to it.
I can talk to
it. Just chuck a bundle behind you.
They said something about being prayed over on Sunday.
Yep. So both City South will have the teams prayed over them. Yep.
Oh, that's the whole itinerary.
So we're very close.
Everybody got one?
Yeah. Okay, let's just go through. We'll just slowly Miranda through our program. So this Sunday the 1st. This is where myself, Ursh, and Dave will be departing. So we'll be out at the airport around 10 p.m. is when we have to be there. Then we're off. Dave's flying via Singapore Airlines. Ursh and I are flying via Air New Zealand through Hong Kong. And then we arrive, Dave, you arrive at 1:10 in the afternoon. We're 1:15, so we're 5 minutes behind you. And then the guys will be ready to pick us up and to take us out. 9 p.m. Oh, yep, then 9 p.m. on Monday night. This is where everybody's got to... So Bronson will be coordinating everybody at the airport. And this is where, I think from a weight perspective, were we going to look at the tools tonight? Everybody brought their tools that they were taking?
Yeah, well, we're still sorting some gear out, but
okay, so
we'll try and get out.
So we all need to be there. It's really important that you're there at 9 o'clock. So your flight's not until 11:50. So that 3-hour check-in period gives us time to make sure, we're by the scales, we can check the weights, we can disperse the weight, and then once we've got all the weight dispersed, first group goes through that check-out, that one goes that check-out, and away we go. But we need that. Please make sure that you're organised, that you've got your transport organised, that you've really got that 9 o'clock time set in concrete, that you're going to arrive at the airport, and everybody just, if you all meet at let's go. Yeah. No, we need to be by the scales. We need to get the scales. So there's a scales by the Air New Zealand entrance. Yeah. So if everyone just meets at the entrance 2, is it?
No, there's 2 scales. There's one by the Emirates and one by the...
Yeah.
Okay.
One at the bottom of the main escalator.
Yeah. So everyone knows where the main escalators are. Let's meet there, around that area, and then Bronson will have it all sussed out which way where we're going to go from that point. So 9 o'clock, everybody on Monday. Want to say Monday? Monday, right? Yep. So Monday at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. That's when you need to be at Auckland Airport in the terminal, not arriving at the drive-through. No, you've got to be in the terminal at 9 o'clock. So get your car park sorted out. If someone's just dropping you off, then drop you off in time enough to be in the terminal at 9 o'clock, because it's really important, because even that buffer is not long to be able to sort everybody out and then start checking everybody through. Cool? So Tuesday, you guys arrive, and so myself and John will be meeting you at Manila Airport, and then we're going straight to our microtel accommodation. and Ursula will have all your rooms sorted out, and so she'll be there to issue out your keys and all that. And then we've got orientation at 4 o'clock, so there's a bit of time to settle in and get yourself. So you're going to be there for 10 days, so get out of your suitcases, unpack your suitcases, get into drawers. There's drawers there. Hang up your stuff, and then put your suitcases away. You're there for a long time. 2 weeks is a long time. You don't need to live in the suitcases. So get them unpacked, get them out of the way. And then we've got dinner over at a Place of Hope, which is the Pasig Church with Pastor RJ. And so they're hosting us for the night. And I'm sure that church will come out and we'll hang out with those guys. And that's pretty much it for Wednesday night. It will be an early night because, as you can see, Wednesday morning is, and this is pretty much for the bull team, 6 a.m. is always going to be your time of departure. So Pastor John is talking with the hotel as far as having your breakfast made up, ready for you to take.
Awesome.
So in between that first day, we'll try and we'll suss out a place where you can go to the supermarket, so that on day one you're over to the supermarket and you're just buying, especially for the build team, you're just buying muesli bars or just snack bars that you're munching out on, throughout the day. So your days will be pretty short, but it's travel time. That's the key. Is that you're travelling. So you're going to leave at 6 o'clock. You're going to leave there at 4 o'clock, and however long it takes you to get back, you should be back before 6 o'clock for dinner. So the rest of us who are staying there, we've got devotions. Then we have breakfast. Then school teams. You've got all your rehearsals. 3 hours rehearsal on that Wednesday, and then we're off to that high school. We try and debrief after every time that we do a school tour, and so we come back, we debrief, and then we got then we got dinner. 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we're on the streets with Children's Garden. That's where we'll be. Children's Garden, that's who we're working with the kids on the street, the homeless kids, and then the prostitute ministry. So we'll be splitting out, and there'll be a component of guys that will be working with the girls, just from a security point of view, and then the remainder of the guys is about we're working with Children's Garden, boys and men, and so there's a combination of those two. And then 9 to 10, we're back for debrief. And 10 o'clock to 11, you've got free time, and that's another time that you can go back over to the supermarket because it's open. This place doesn't close. So yeah, so you'll always go in groups, and so a group. So whenever I say you go in a group is no less than 4. Right. So 2 is not a group. That's a pair. Yep. So a group is 4. No one moves by themselves. No one moves in pairs. No one moves in threes. You have to go in 4. So 2 rooms, got to go go together. Yep. So you just collaborate between 2 rooms. Hey, who wants to go to the go and grab them, whatever, because everything's around us.
So it's okay if it's 4 girls?
Yeah. 4 girls. Yep. So, but you're only going local because it's really literally across the street or around the same block. So you're not going far, and you're in amongst. But you're letting someone know that's staying behind, who's going, and what, and how long you're going to be. Yeah. But we pretty much, as far as it's written in the program, 11 o'clock. I think it was. Is that what I wrote? 11 o'clock is the time you've got to be back in. Yeah, so you only have that 11 pound. Anything after that, then we'll be having a word.
Police will be out looking for you.
Yep. Because that's when we want to know that at 11 o'clock everyone's home. Yeah, we're not out looking for people. Thursday. So again, bull team's up. They're out. Usual stuff. And then we've got the school team. We've got a 7 o'clock program. Yep. So we've got to leave there, pack in at 7, and then the kids will arrive at 8, and so that program goes 8 to 10, and then we're back at the microtower. We'll do debrief. We'll have lunch, and then we've got our second school as per the program. And then 6 o'clock we've got our equippers gathering. So Saturday there's a gathering. That's what they have their church on Saturday. So that's what we call gathering instead of equippers church service. So they have their gatherings, and that gathering is the one where they bring their families. So the church are inviting their families, and we're going to all have a service and then a meal together with their families. And that's all we have on that night. So it's just total fellowship, just chilling out with the team. Friday, build team, same old, but you're finishing at 3 o'clock because you've got to get back for the outreach at night. The other team, breakfast, and then we've got, same thing, we've got that science high school. We'll do that program, and then lunch. Then we are going up to set up for the next high school program, and then we're out of there at 5, and then between 5 and 9 we've got Pasek and Jollibee outreaches, and so those outreaches we'll find dinner in between how we get out there. Now we don't have to set up anything as such, but the main effort is going into Pasek. And so that Pasek is actually our rally. So that's the youth rally that we've got that night. And so the rally team are in at Pasek. And then then we'll look at who's spare that we'll send to Jollibee and Quezon City, who will outreach at Jollibee. And probably have a few chicken burgers. And that's all we have on that night. So, so don't forget, as we've been doing those, so we've at this stage, we've had 4 school programs, and those 4 school programs are feeding into the either the Jollibee outreach, the Pasek youth outreach, or onto the Sunday outreach that we're doing in the park. Saturday, depending on how the build team's going, we're now we should be getting to the completion of the build. So Saturday we'll reassess each day. We'll reassess. Dave will reassess where the build's at, how we're progressing, and everything regarding the build team. It's whatever it takes. We're not leaving the Philippines without that school finished. Saturday build team goes up. For the guys that are staying back, we've got breakfast, devotion, and then we've got the Marakina Bridge, where we're doing a feeding program under the bridge. Then we have lunch. Back to Microtel, and then we're off to the park, and while we're waiting for the other team to come back, we are doing evangelism and prayer outreach in the park. And that's about getting flyers out, inviting people along to the main rally the following night. Return back to Microtel, and then we've got Sunday rehearsals. And so we've got to get the 2 Sunday teams. We'll divide the teams up into the 2 who's going up with Bronson up into the mountains. And so at this stage, I think I've already got that. So Bronson Tai is going to lead worship up there, and Swanee will go up as their teco and bass player up there. They probably need a bass player. They've got a drum and a drum kit up there. So that you'll have to take our sound system and take that up there and set our sound system. We'll use our sound system up there that we're believing we're taking. So we've got to divide into those teams and know exactly what we're doing as far as our sets are concerned. And then Sunday morning, the mountain team departs, and so unfortunately, due to the distance that you've got to go, all the teams got to go together. And so everybody goes up. We'll coordinate with their team to do worship, to do some worship songs, and Ty, you're just going to have to, integrate them into the team. Yeah, but they're expecting us to lead worship, but it's just good to get their team to be involved in whatever, however you choose to do that, and what songs you prepare for that. Cool. And then the PASIC team with Michelle and Nico, you'll be our Tico guy down on the ground there. With the team that goes into PASIC, you guys will go in and do that. And then we'll have our kit. Nico will take our kit in there, so you'll drum with the kit that we've been doing the schools with, or rallies with, because they have an electric gangster little one. That's not going to happen. PASIC team will depart at 9 o'clock for the church service, and then we've got morning services start at 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and so mountain teams and PASIC teams all at a place of hope. The APOH is a place of hope. Yeah, so we're all in there. This is where be prepared for your testimonies. Some of you will be giving testimonies at both locations, and so however Bronson and I will talk about how we'll do that in those two messages. Lunch will be at location, so whatever the church does from a lunch perspective, the Mountain Church will take care of you, and PASIC will take care of us. And then everyone's back, and so we've got to get back for 3:30. So 3:30 is when we're going to pack in, start packing up and setting up for the outreach at the park. Swanee's going to lead all that. 6 o'clock to 9 is the outreach service. We'll pack down, and then it's dinner at Eastwood, which is again not far from where we're staying, but it's just another big area of 24-hour shops and all that sort of stuff. Food, talking about. Yeah, 9 o'clock, breakfast. And so you see 9 to 1, that we've got PASIC tour, but that is also an opportunity if we've got unfinished business at that school. So that can go again. Because as you can see, Mall of Asia is not that important in getting that down. So that Monday is going to be really, if we have to put a total effort into getting because this is the last day, because we're opening up the next day, we're doing an official opening of the school. So whatever Dave says we need to do, then we get it done. We make sure that it's all dressed, all well presented, everything's painted, and so we may have to go out and paint rocks, and we've got to paint the court and get all the court marked out and all that sort of stuff. So that's that day. But if all goes well, then we're off to the Mall of Asia.
No pressure on the bull team, eh?
Yeah. And if the bull team have, obviously, then those at the Mall of Asia will obviously be praying in tongues for them while they're walking around there. We've got our call centre outreach. That's when we're planning for it there, and so that's still to be confirmed. We're just waiting for Pastor John to confirm that. Saturday breakfast, depart for mountains, and so we've got our mountain outreach. This is where we're going door to door with our cans of sardines, rice, and cabin bread. So that's what we'll be doing there. If they want to flip that, that's up to Pastor RJ. If he wants to flip it, we'll either be doing that or we'll be digging, planting. Yeah. So that's the planting time. And so we've got lunch up in the mountains. So the mountain pastors are going to be making us sweet and sour frog. Yeah. Can I get an amen on that sweet and sour frog? Yeah. Don't forget what Pastor Adrian said. And then so lunch, and then after lunch we've got the official opening. And so I'm sure that if Pastor JJ has anything to do with it, he will have hooked up as many big wigs and cameras and all that to make it as high a profile as he possibly can, because we're building it really in conjunction with HOPE, which stands for Helping Overcome Poverty - Through Education. HOPE, yep. So I don't mind that. I don't mind if he can get some leverage off that for the ministry that him and Pastor RJ are doing.
Yes.
Then we'll return back to Makatao, back to a hotel, and then it's dinner at Eastwood yet again. So that's really a free time. So that's just a pretty relaxed day after on Tuesday. Wednesday is our bus trip, and that's our surprise tour. Yep. So or we could be building, or we could be digging. No, that is our tour day, and so nothing. I